usual, every Monday through Friday, where we have lifestyles, relationship, fashion, everything that's trending in the world. We bring it on Thursday, and on Fridays usually the entertainment. And of course, I have my girl with me today. We're still here, Covenant. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Has anyone told you, first of all, that you have a great smile?
Oh, thank you very much. You just did.
I mean, it's such a beautiful afternoon in the studio, and you are welcome to the show, The Buzz, your favorite social media platform, your favorite social media program. I said platform. Forgive me. Anyways, my name is Covenant, aka the THEBUZZ girl, and yes, we'll be starting right away.
Okay, so we're starting right away, but I have to introduce my guests, and I'm doing Happy New Year to them because this is the first time I'm seeing them this year, right? Yeah. So yes, it's a Happy New Year. You know, it's weird because it's January 21st and you're telling people Happy New Year. But it's not weird, trust me. These are one of our favorite guests all through 2024 and 2025. They're back again, better, stronger, and more better looking. I'm gonna start. I don't know what the plan was, but they are wearing white. I don't know if they discussed this behind us, but they came here to surprise us. And we'll start with Chris Asilome. He's an author, a speaker, a social and a political analyst. Welcome to the show, sir. It's good to have you.
Yeah, it's great having me again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to Nigerians. It's amazing. It's always amazing being here.
Welcome to the show, and of course we have Mazi Chinedum Obioha. He's because he's just coming from the village, so the Mazi is Mazi. He's a retired banker and a chartered administrator. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you. No. You see, I don't know where you were pronouncing my name. You were drawing it. I say it has no end. Just like what happened Jonathan when I went this month. You were drawing it. I say, I'm making no draw me now. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I mean, yeah, this afternoon is at people have a knock.
Oh my God.
And they positive call.
Yes, that call. Yes, amen. Amen. Thank you so very much for that powerful prayer. And of course, our viewers, you can key into it because we love you. And I'm sure Mazi is also sharing that prayer point to everyone. Thank you so much for that prayer. Okay, you know, it's very weird because after having such an amazing time, now we have to discuss Nigeria, politics, and of course what's trending. But what can we do? The show must go on. Yeah. Okay, the first story, Covenant, please, over to you.
Yeah, EFCC condemns false narrative after officer killed. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has expressed profound grief over the death of one of its officers, Assistant Superintendent of the EFCC, Aminu Shahabi Salisu, who was killed while on duty on January 17, 2025 in Awka, Anambra State. Salisu was reportedly shot by a suspected internet fraudster, Joshua Chukwueze Ikechukwu, during a lawful operation. In a press statement issued by its head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewole, via its official X handle yesterday, the FCC condemned the irresponsible and outrageous narratives circulating on social media regarding the circumstances surrounding Salisu's death. Salisu and other investigators, the EFCC indicated, were on a legitimate operation to apprehend suspected internet fraudster in the live area of Awka. The operation, duly documented with the Nigerian police, initially led to the arrest of 37 suspects from a two-story building. However, Ikechukwu, who observed the EFCC team through a CCTV camera at his apartment, refused to open his door despite the officer's polite request. Instead, he allegedly opened fire, killing Salisu and injuring other officers. The EFCC warned the public that the activities of the internet fraudsters are becoming patently hazardous to public safety and security. The FCC also vowed to take stronger measures to protect its officer and prevent future incidents.
Okay, well, the story that first came out was EFCC. Actually, they said the EFCC brought out a notification on any EFCC officer who comes to arrest anybody, be it a foster or anything, if they come at night, you should not admit them, you should not attend to them, and you should always probably just make sure they are out of your house. You have every right to know that they should not be doing that at night, raiding, arresting, however it is. So there was a speculation like that, and of course they are yet to actually say they never said something like that. But it's unfortunate that after that thing went round, and that happened when they came to arrest a man, and the young man, you know, because it was in the night too, now shot the EFCC officer. And of course there's been a back and forth about it, but I do not know. Do you think if that publication was actually not true, do you actually think it should be a publication that should be true, because they should not be raiding or arresting at night based on security, I don't know, based on security, privacy and all of that? Chris?
Well, that should be unprofessional if EFCC made such report public, because it should be 24/7 operation, because you are trying to apprehend a criminal. Criminal does not give you a time frame that will be around from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It doesn't give you that time frame. If 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. is your best time to get the criminal apprehended, you operate. So there shouldn't be a time frame to, because when criminal justice gives permission, all right, for arrest at any time of the day.
At any time.
At any time of the day, criminal justice gives that permission. Because you get talk about a criminal. Now the thing is this: if you don't get him at that time that you have, you know, the info of getting the intel, you might not just know when you get him again. It might just be elusive, and then it might just be gone.
But don't you think it's more professional to just do it during the day rather than come?
Hello, we're talking about during the day. This professional is not telling you when he or she will be around. So once you have the intel that this person is around, all right, so you move in. Now the other thing is this: the logistics that you will need, the equipment you will need to work at night, you know, could be a bit more demanding. You understand?
Yeah.
Because unlike day. But now, if you have some, or probably if they have the capacity, you know, to comb the area and then probably secure the building and then just lay siege till morning and stuff like that, that could be another whatever. But basically, fundamentally, there should not be law that will restrict EFCC or any security office agency of when to operate. Because, like I said, this criminal needs to be apprehended. You understand? And if this criminal, if the opportunity to do that is available at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 1 a.m., at any time of the day, you move in.
But now that an officer was shot, whose fault do you think this is? The EFCC or this internet fraudster?
Of course, it's basically the criminal, because the criminal might want to, okay, but what they say like the guys of the night or whatever. But first and foremost, I think AFC should train their men more on how to carry out such invasion. Yeah. Because you also need to protect yourself. You need to stay alive to work. Exactly. So there's a way you go about it. You should be well trained on how to carry out missions and how to make such operations and how to protect themselves and all of that. It's important. And there are other things they can do to also give them this sight advantage. They can peep in to know the position of people around there and all of that. These are gadgets and these are equipment that are quite expensive and all of that, you know, we're scaling up. We're not there yet. So these are the logistics. But basically, my emphasis as regards the timing for arrest, there shouldn't be a restricted time to arrest, because the criminal is not going to wait for you. If the criminal knows that you can't come at night, then they strategize around that. They take advantage of that to beat the system. So we are looking at apprehending criminals, and then they should be apprehended, because if you don't apprehend them, it has a ripple effect. I mean, the damage will keep going. So once you have the opportunity to do that, but in as much as you are acting professionally, that is key and that's critical. You must act professionally. Once that is done, you're good. That's
okay. Okay, all right. Mazi, I want to ask this as regards from the story and what was documented, according to what went down, is that they said EFCC politely asked the young man to open his door because they want to have a conversation or they want to arrest him. And from the CCTV which they watched, and the guy started shooting, and that was where they had one of their EFCC person injured or killed. You understand? Yeah. So now at this point, you know, a lot of people from even the comment section, even on Twitter, a lot of people are like 90% against EFCC, because they say that the EFCC they know that works in Nigeria never comes to you politely to ask you that they want to raid your house. They just come in, jump through the fence, breaking through the door, break your doors, and just come in to arrest. And of course, trust and Liberians, especially Orifite people. I know them very well. Orifite people, they do not. They are not that very patient. Trust me, they are not very patient. So I'm looking at it that, do you actually think that EFCC are not probably saying, I'm not saying being killed or not killed is the right way to go, or what he did was right. No, I'm only saying that, do you think there's one slight atom of a false story from what EFCC is, putting out there, just to, justify whatever act, that they put up at the young man's house?
Yeah. Thank you very much for having us, not me alone. Chris, you have tried. You have justified what's supposed to be obtainable in a decent society. But let me caution here that he has not been, sentenced or condemned or pronounced a criminal by any court of law. So it's an allegation. And I have to also condemn the killing of that man. Yeah. Whether justified or not justified, nobody has the right to take away or snip away life. So having said that, brethren, you see, I laugh at the stories. And I remember Barrister Oban's son, when he narrated his own story some time ago. Some of us know Barrister Oban. The same thing happened to one of his clients, I think in Enugu. And the same people came midnight. They invaded the whole area and everything. Some jumped through the fence. And the lady managed to call Barrister Oban. Barrister Oban, do you know why I'm calling him? I'm sure he's watching this thing. He said it. Then Barrister Oban put a call across to EFCC in Enugu. And they said we did not send anybody there.
Wow.
We did not send it. Meanwhile, there were other things which I'm not supposed to say on air that went through. So eventually, the lady managed to find her way out, and through the aid of somebody within the press. So I don't think the EFCC is telling the totality of the truth. I'm just quoting one of my friends who is a retired judge, said the totality of the truth. Now that's their own statement against Rahman. We have not heard from the accused person that this thing. But then, the report you read, if it is true that the authority have said don't go for any arrest or do anything outside the working period, then how do you reconcile it? Secondly, if you said it could be 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m., that is the best way, why can't you use tracking method to track its movements? You can track him anywhere without going at that hour. You see, the same thing with policemen. I'm not talking about policemen now because we're not there. The same thing police does. They can come at any time, and I'm not sure. At times, most of these will go multi without proper identification. So I condemn the killing completely, and I also said EFCC, let there be a better way. The hostility being exhibited during the time of arrest should be condemned. Because it is now because somebody has died. That is why they say politely, you are not there, I was not there. That is their own statement. I have never seen either the military, the police, the custom being polite during arrest. So it is something that proper investigation should be carried out and to determine the truth. However, the Bible says he who kills must be killed. For you to have killed an innocent person, whether justified an officer. Okay, let me give you an example. You know, Omahia, some months ago, some soldiers were killed. Right? And they wanted to invade that village. If you, after leaving, I don't know whether you know. So the soldiers wanted to invade Omahia. It is dangerous and deadly for you to kill a military person. So it took the intervention of the GOCs to come to the community and said, we have accepted the appeal of the governor We accepted the appeal of the Hanese. We have accepted it, but let me warn you. Any other time you touch our personnel, we wipe away this community. Just like what happened in Odi. And this. So, exactly. And they give me, why can you kill? Why not? Submit yourself. You see, some of all these things is I don't know away from what detention or what, because that even they will soon be granted bail, and the plea bargain is there, just like what's happening within the politicians. So completely, we have to condemn it, and we say let the EFCC map out a better approach in apprehending any suspect, not going at that part. If going at that particular time is dangerous and deadly, please, because of their own safety, because of what people say. People, you say 90% are against the EFCC. And myself, personally, Mazi, Shinedum, Obiora, I'm against EFCC because all their works are not encouraging. In a better, decent society, if you like, run away from now till next year. If they want to catch you, they will catch you. Look at how America caught Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Why can't we employ that technology?
It will take time.
It will take time, my brother. It will take time, but they will achieve what they want.
It's about technology difference, yeah.
Fine.
So we can't get overnight.
You don't think Nigeria can invest in
that thing?
technology?
What is it? I mean, we have it. Wherever you go. One of my brothers used to say, Commissioner of Police, my younger brother, he said, Dechinedu, if policeman wants to arrest you, if you like, run from Lagos, go to our village. They will arrest you. They will get you. It's
so that means they have the equipment, they know how to do it.
And everything. So for me, having condemned that, I have also asked our law enforcement to be very careful. These people, they are hosting, even the police on the road. You see, when they flag you down traveling, I just came back from what my eyes saw.
Wow.
What my eyes saw. Do you know, traveling from here to Aba takes you 14 good hours. Checkpoint from one. EFCC is there on the road though. Customs is there on the road. Road safety is there on the road. Military is there on the road.
EFCC is on the road?
Yes.
Wow.
Including road safety people. They are there. I'm just telling you. So not someone told me, an eyewitness. So because there was a particular I don't want to mention the transport company. They stopped a vehicle, Sienna, and they look at one boy there and they said, give us your phone.
Wow.
And look at the type of my Chinko phone the man brought out. Let me see. He brought out this type of phone. They looked at him. I said, give us your phone. Meanwhile, before he left the station, he handed over his phone, the main phone, to an elderly woman there. In the car, in the same transport vehicle. When he got there, he said, my friend, give us your phone. The young man handed over his phone. He said, give us your phone. The innocent elderly woman doesn't know what is happening. He said he has given you his phone now. Why are you disturbing him? Let us go. He said, Mama, let me give. Otherwise, all of us I will take all of you to the station.
Oh.
The woman, out of fear,
Give.
Mom, take your phone.
Ew.
Wow.
So then now, do you know how much they made from that ball?
Was the boy
Yes. Do you know how much they made? So what we are trying to say is that there are ways these people are trained intelligently to identify a criminal, to arrest a criminal, what time, where he goes. So EFCC go at that time. I don't know whether it's legitimate, whether it is legally right or what. But the point is this: if they go to court now, they will now put that session whether they are authorized to go at that
time of the time.
So that's my point. That's my position.
Okay, Chris. Yeah, please go ahead.
Operate. Criminals are not just going to lay down there for you to come pick them. If there are holes in your brain, they will exploit it. You understand? And the main aim is to get them apprehended. So giving a time peg, a time frame to when they can operate is not professional. It will work against you. Do you understand? It will work against, because the criminal will just take that. If they know that from 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. we can't come around, they will use that time maximally to escape. You understand? But you should be open. The problem, what we should tackle is the conduct, the manner of conduct.
Manner of arresting
and all of that.
Okay.
Naturally, a Nigerian in uniform assume superiority. Once they carry gun and they carry uniform,
they feel they are there.
That training, they should be better trained. They are first human beings and they're not, I'm sorry, I don't want to use the word animals that just pounce on people. You understand? They have that mentality. Once they are wearing uniform and they're carrying gun, they just believe that they are superior to you, bloody civilian, and they just want to force their way through and all of that. They throw caution to the wind and all of that. All that attitude should be off them. They should be trained not to behave that way. They should be respectful to whoever they are arresting. Because that person is not yet condemned, sentence a criminal. You understand? It could be innocent, so it should be respectful. That is a training they should have, and they should comply to that peaceful conduct. But as regard the timing of arrest, I think that once they have if the intel is right, if the intel support them to arrest at 2 a.m., they should go ahead and do that. But they should be professionally conducted.
Yes, I agree with you. See, even while trying to arrest a criminal or whoever, you should also exercise caution, protecting yourself first, honestly, because it's only the living that will tell the story. Of course, what really happened? That will go and arrest. It is only the living that will now go and end that promotion, whatever. Caution is key.
Caution is very key. Okay, I wanted to ask the question, but because we still have a bit of a time. Let's just go into this now. If the case was reversed now, because like you said something, EFCC, because one of the officers was dead and some others were injured. Now, if because of this raid or arrest, and it was this guy that died, do you think this would have been the outcome of what the EFCC would have done?
Yeah, it will be the other way around. But you see, they will now say he was not trained to kill. He was not supposed to be killed. He's supposed to be arrested. Like I said, you don't have whether, unless a court of competent jurisdiction said you should execute, kill. Otherwise, no other means is allowed to. So whether it was a criminal, as it were, allegedly, was killed, or this killing is killing, and we condemn it completely. Because, like you say, I know Anambra boys. I know them very, very well. I know them very, very well. So you have to be, whenever you are going there, be very, very careful. That's why the governor of Anambra is having a running battle with them. He calls them criminals, and that's why he made mention. I don't want to digress to Nnamdi Kanu. He said criminals have hijacked the story of Nnamdi Kanu. Even if he's released, it might not be, because criminal, he calls them criminal. That's what the problem he has with them. So to me, when you are asked to go and arrest, you are trained to shoot at the leg, not the chest or the head. Then, and you also remember, when he's coming, he's trying to defend himself, and the criminal also try to retaliate. So that is it has to be very, very handled professionally, carefully, and you exercise caution. Because if you kill, just like if a policeman accidentally kill them, he will go in for it. So if the EFCC man had killed that man, he will go in for it, because he was not supposed to kill.
Well, I hope they do right and do justice to this, because one of my fears, like you have also confirmed how Anambra, not the men, the boys, how they react. I just hope, because if this is not handled well, I think it's now become a normal thing for them. They might just start doing that. Like if we see anybody on point, shoot and kill. But trust me, it's not going to be like that. I hope so. But anyways,